Hey everybody, this is MCOC AlBundyRules. Got a little something different for you today. As we've seen in other videos, I've been focusing primarily on underrated champs, or even some champs that are known to be very good, but are overlooked for others, and to really show how to use them at a better extent. Key examples like M or BTD. However, today, per several people's request, a lot of people asked me to do an account tour. And I gotta admit, first thing I had to ask is, what's an account tour? Please forgive me as I am newer to YouTube and still learning the ropes. But to honor that request and to give you all a little idea on what you're looking at, I decided to honor forward on that and give you a little tour of my account. This will be my first time on this, so any feedback, anything you'd like to see or just don't want to see, put it in the comments and let me know. Happy to hear any feedback whatsoever. So one thing before I start showing the champs, which is I'm sure a big thing most people want to see, let me remind you, this is not a whale account, which is one of the things that makes these videos good. I did not buy my way through content to the top like many people did. Use the ability to play, use the knowledge of the game and the champs and the nodes to get through the content. So, although I do have a pretty darn good account, I believe, it is not one of those high spend accounts. Overall, probably $70-$80 in total over the 4.5 years I've been playing. So anything but I have sure grinded, done plenty of that and saved, and used everything wisely has been my goal. So we'll start with my little up here. We will see my top champs. One that's been pretty popular since I started showing is that R3 Venom the Duck. Pretty rare R3, not because he's not amazing, at least not in my opinion. It's more because he's low prestige. So most people who are at the R3 stage of this game, which there isn't a lot, many of them are focused on prestige, so they would overlook him for the higher prestige, and I can understand that if you are focused on that. We'll also see my Claire, my Corvus, and my Blade as my top champs. As I mentioned, I've done a fair amount of grinding to get to where I'm at. I don't do arena in order to hit the champs, but I do it enough to farm units. So you will see a decent amount there, mainly to keep the units coming on in. But with that being said, let's get to what I'm sure most of you want to see, which is going to be the champs. So bringing up the top champs right here. As they come up, as we see that BTD is number 1. I've seen a couple videos now on there, but I'll give you a nice quick look to what the R3 looks like. Easily one of my favorite champs. We'll see some pretty nice stats right there on that health pool. Not too long ago when I first got him, I had him fully boosted up. His health pool was, I think it was almost 70,000. So with boost, his health pool is absolutely insane. Fun to use. Main reasons he doesn't get as much love as I believe he should is because 1, the low prestige, 2, not everybody has the patience. Some people think, oh, if they got bad RNG, then that's it. Oh no, that's not true. Just don't bank it. It's pretty simple, but you do have to be patient. And we will see some of his good uses as well right over here. So definitely one of my favorite champs. Great to use, super great without suicides. Good, very good with suicides. 2, as long as you're able to get some regeneration fairly quick. We see my Claire here. Claire is very popular. Not going to see any underrated on her anytime soon because, as many of us know by now, she is getting plenty of love. And nice high rated champ with the SIG 200. Most of my top champs are SIG 200 not because I bought SIG crystals, but because I farmed those 15,000 unit July 4 type of deals, because I have saved them and I'll wasted them on smaller champs. We'll see my SIG 200 Corvus right here. Of course, fun, once again, far from underrated, so won't see any underrated on him anytime soon. Several up. Aegon. Up until a couple months ago, I might have considered him underrated because he was mistakenly put as someone who was only good for LOL. And I argued with people left and right over that, but people didn't listen. Now, people are starting to see because other people are giving them more love. So, as they have seen things, especially Abyss, after Abyss, Aegon blew up. But Act 6, he is amazing on. No, he does not need a super high count in order to be good. You get him over, heck, 75, 100, he starts to get pretty darn nice. The higher you go, wow, you hit that 999, ooh, 999, he is just off the charts at that point. You have a hard time keeping a combo, that's okay. Use this combo right here, use a synergy right here. Proxima Starload gives you a freebie. Or if you want a different one, use the Fury and Quake and or Ant-Man synergy. That gives 3 free evades. Nice for people who struggle. Another one I've been loving, Nick Fury. When I am building up, he's only at a 102 sig. Not that he needs a sig. Not a hurry as long as he's awakened. But his bleed is insane. Might show him a little bit later at some point with some cool synergies he has. He is known to be great, but there's a few synergies that aren't used as much as I believe they should. But he is very not suicide friendly, so I'm going to ensure I remove suicides before I show him. A few more good ones some people have been asking about is Sentinel. We'll see. I got a nice Sentinel show eventually. Nice little R2. I enjoy him very much. And we'll see the natural dupe. That was actually my first 6-star dupe. 200. It was 20 something 6 stars before I got my first dupe, and that was Sentinel. My last 6-star, thankfully, was also a dupe on the BTD, who was a natural dupe. Which was great because I had been hoarding on to a Cosmic Awakening gem, tempted to use it, but resisted. Emma, we've seen her showcased, love her utility. Unawakened, but for attack, not needed. She does a little bit of everything. Got that Ghost. I love Ghost. You're not going to see her anytime soon because she gets plenty of love in the community. Fun to use when he gets used to her. Human Torch fun, and you see that Warlock as well. We'll see some other champs. So we'll see all my R5s or R2s right up here at top. There's a good, however many that is, 8, 12, 16, about 18 R5s and R2s showing up top. Then you're going to see more R4s coming on. Some may, once I get to it, get R5 max. I am trying to minimize my R5s at this point and focus on 6 stars. Unfortunately, not being a money spender on the game and Cavalier Crysters, I don't have a ton of 6 stars like some do. I have 20 something, 25, 26 give or take. And my luck has, with a few exceptions, has not been great. So you will see I got some resources. But the Stealthy took me a while to get used to that 7-hit combo, but have enjoyed him ever since. We see Night Thrasher there, who's been gaining steam. Proxima, another one who I believe is underrated. Look forward to a video on her in the near future on some of the stuff she could do. We'll see more of my 6 stars down here. We've seen Cyclock and Nebula on some videos. That Colossus, been loving this Colossus. And if I do decide to do another R5 on a 5-star anytime soon, most likely this will be the guy. Although his sig ain't high, I do have sig stones I could use if I needed to. Try to hoard them for only when I really want them. But Colossus has been fun. He's also got a great synergy with Emma, who, as we have seen in previous videos, one of my, if not my most favorite utility. So you'll see a little bit of diversity here. Some champs of mine you've already seen in some videos, including that Dorm and that Hawkeye right there. You will see I got both an R4 Hawkeye, my very first R4 champ many years ago, and I also got the 6-star Hawkeye, which I also enjoy using sometimes as well. And so those will be the top of my R5s, and the 4-stars starting to kick in. So that's probably enough of those champs. One thing else you might want to see, we'll see through some of the titles right here, see some of the fun ones. I've been playing 4.5 years now, and so you will see I beat pretty much everything, at least completed everything that's came out in that time to my knowledge. I have not explored everything. Again, I don't really spend, so I try to take my time on exploration, especially some of this later content these days can be unit pits at times. So I try to manage it well, but you will see, I've been playing for quite a while, and we can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling since titles started coming out a few years back. Masteries might be of curious. Keep in mind, I got the Suicide Mastery going on, which any of you have been watching my videos will know, as I mentioned it most videos. You'll see a quick look here. Keep in mind, I plan on changing this very soon. There are some champs I want to show that are just not suicide friendly. So I'm trying to get some of the ones I can use with suicides videos done first. And then we'll switch it to something a little more champ friendly. For those of you not familiar with suicides, this is the key right here. Liquid Courage, increased attack 30%, but gives a permanent poison. This ranks it another 30%, but 20% lost health in 16 seconds by bleed. So in my videos when I'm talking about suicide friendly, I get that 60 attack percent, but I can lose a lot of damage if they don't have immunities or if I don't have a way to get rid of immunities. Another thing that hurts on that is recoil. Can't have suicides without recoil. Every time I do an attack, I'm going to sacrifice 5% health. So that's why got to be careful on those S1s and S2s. I will see some defense on here. I only will have high defense items only because of you cannot open up these needed ones like willpower unless you have enough points. So some of the stuff over on the left I would never have up there if it wasn't for the fact the minimum point requirements. You need this. You cannot. Good luck running suicides without willpower. I also got a coagulate because of it decreases 30% bleed, which helps on suicides greatly for non-immune. We will see, normally I would have this higher, and you will see when I switch my masteries within the week, I'll show the difference, but you will see this is low right now. This will change. You will see me add some points to Mystic Dispersion later, and a few changes on here as well will be coming. You'll see I got a bunch of crystals, nothing exciting. At some point I'll have more good ones, I'm sure. Of course, things like that aren't worth opening between tier 4 catalysts every once in a while might be low on one specific type, and I'll start opening them up, but usually I'm got them on overflow expiring or trading them in like constantly. And of course, like many people and later in the content, got a ton of T4C crystals and things like that up here. I'll open it once in a while, but go from there. Over here, I'm going to wait till I got some more shards and do some openings at some point, but still pretty low on there as well. We'll also see on my inventory, I got some decent stuff over here between all my catalysts. I've been trying to save enough. I got 3, almost 4, but 2,000 shards away from 4. T5. I have some other goodies here. Again, I don't buy the deals, so other than the T5 Cosmic I got from Abyss, you're not going to see very high shard counts on those. But I think I overdid that. Oops, the wrong one. Actually, and I used that one on my BTD. I got a bunch of tier 2 alpha catalysts as well. We will see some of these are higher than the approved amount because of still got the high from the free sigil that they give the week trial on. Nothing I would buy myself. I did try it once, did not care for it, would not get it again, but that's my opinion. But if they do a free version of it, hey, absolutely. And let's go to, you'll see I got a decent amount of ISO in the reserve. What is it? About 979 of them in the there. Items. Been getting some potions saved up that I'll use on some content at some point coming up. And try to avoid using them unless I need them. And then let's see some of the items here, all kinds of stuff. We'll see. I've been pretty fortunate on some of my awakenings. I got 2 generic still, one from the Christmas free one last year, as well as I got one from completion of something recently. Anyway, it was Act 6 probably, or somewhere along the line. So I keep those. I also got a Cosmic 5-star Awakening. I also got a 6-star Cosmic Awakening. So tempting not to use it on BTD. Thankfully, I held out and duped him naturally because I want that for CMM, Captain Marvel movie, if I ever pull her. Also got me a Skill Awakening And I also got me a couple of 5-star Mystic Awakenings. One of those, or one of the generic, is for Doom if I'm ever so lucky to pull him. Got all kinds of stuff down here as well. Nothing too exciting, I don't believe. And we will see. I still got some generic SIG. Saved those over from, I had grinded the 15,000 units back on the November Black Friday deal. So I saved those for when somebody I really need them for. And I got some others around here as well. Alright, so I believe that's going to be all the main stuff. It's been a pleasure having you tour my account. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If people do enjoy seeing this and want to see, I got my mini account too I could show you at some point as well. But we'll see on what people want to see. Anyways, thanks for watching as usual. And please, if you enjoy, please subscribe at MCOC AlBundyRules.